Hey everyone, how are you doing? Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to just explore this a bit further, this case surrounding Natalia Grace. And yeah, I've been sitting with sitting with the energy surrounding all that's happened in this adoption from, Natalia Grace is originally from the Ukraine, and she was adopted by an American couple. And they made some serious allegations about her, saying that she really wasn't like a minor child. She was actually much older and conspired to manipulate them into taking care and adopting someone who was actually grown, or like near being grown, I guess. And they say this because she has a certain kind of dwarfism. And I can't recall the actual name of the condition that she has, but it can make a person look really young for their actual age. They were able to legally convert her age from, let's just say, 10, 11 years old to age of majority, 21, with the aid of medical experts who attested to her being much older, then also getting the legal or the justice system on board to convert her age. So they were able to leave her. They were able to leave Natalia Grace in Indiana and move to Canada, and they left her behind, got her hooked up with some GA, some general assistants, and they left. They paid for rent. They paid for her rent for a year, maybe even 2 years, but I have some interesting takeaways from the last readings. So I'm going to just pull from my Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle, just to see what comes up in this closing oracle message. Some things are speaking to, like, killing and things like that. We're not going to take that as the literal. We're going to take that as messages, that could mean something else. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Spirit, what can you share with us about Natalia Grace, the Barnetts? Okay. So we got debt. A debt owed, a debt paid, a debt needing to be paid. Maybe the Barnetts were experiencing financial woes or troubles that are not known to the public. Perhaps maybe there's a debt in terms of this whole adoption situation. I don't know. Money owed or something being owed and somebody feeling the need to have it repaid. There was some sort of scheme here surrounding this whole thing with Natalia Grace. Do I believe that she was a full-grown adult at the time that the Barnetts left her? My intuition saying likely not. Close to age of majority, but maybe not an actual adult. But in their mind, they had conjured up this notion that she is an adult. They don't owe her anything. So there's that conspiracy to have, the courts conspire with them to see it their way to convert her to age 21 in order to get from underneath this liability, okay, with this debt card. So this is also about a strategy in terms of, it's more than just Natalia Grace that patted on, or not patted, but took away years of her life to her age in the Ukraine. This was not just someone who did this all on their own as a child or a teenager coming up with this. No, this was all a conspiracy to believe that Natalia was one age, provide all this evidence to support that it is. If they provided any evidence at all, it begs the question, did the Barnetts truly vet this whole process? Natalia maybe doesn't feel really guilty about it because, she's fed this story of what her age is, and so she believes it at her core. But there's other people who conspired and had a hand in that. There's a sense of betrayal. Let me zoom back out. There's a sense of betrayal with this knife or stabbing card. So this is what I mean by not always taking it literal. Same with here, murder for hire. This for me just means some sort of conspiracy of sorts. Knife or stabbing, someone feeling backstabbed in this situation, or there was actual threats of violence happening. Could mean that as well. The case that the Barnetts was building was primarily based on circumstantial evidence and a lot of medical reports that still did not necessarily prove Natalia Grace's real age. But, they were able to convince, based on all that they were able to come up with, the Barnetts, to change Natalia's age legally. Out of town. This card is now sitting underneath the murder for hire card, which is, like I said, like a conspiracy type of card. And the Barnetts, they hit the road. They were like, we are out. We are getting out of, getting out of Dodge. We're leaving Indiana and we are headed to Canada. And so there was an element of conspiring there. To me, I'm just going to say this. I feel like they too felt like they were betrayed, like they were bamboozled, and they were placing all of this blame onto Natalia. But honestly, there's a lot that they're missing here, that Natalia wasn't the one who orchestrated this. Natalia at times, most times, believed that she's the age that she is. Is she opportunistic? Yes, she's opportunistic because she believes in self-preservation, right? You can't blame her for that. But are they liable and culpable to their situation as well? Yeah, I just do not sense that they properly vetted the whole situation. And even if they could possibly do that, I don't sense that at the time of adoption they vetted things appropriately or thoroughly, nor do I feel like they properly vetted determining if she really was in fact age of majority in the United States. Now, that doesn't mean that they should not have taken action. I do believe they should take action, set up boundaries. We have that here with the private property oracle card, to distance themselves. But I don't know. I don't know what is the right or wrong answer. At the end of the day, it is what it is. This is where they're all at. The Barnetts are now divorced. They haven't been living with or being around Natalia Grace for some time now. So really what they set forth to accomplish in separating themselves from her, they succeeded. They were also able to avoid being criminally charged for abandonment and neglect against her. Crime scene. Just kind of speaking to her. There's an element here of things happening in the house, things being said, and ultimately it was a healthy thing for them to all separate. It's jacked up for Natalia Grace, but at the end of the day, the Barnetts really, at their core, they reacted in the ways that they did because they felt scared and threatened by her, and they felt threatened and trapped. And so things were done and said, but there's no clean hands in all of this. And I say that also because earlier I saw this card jump, the parent card. The parent. Who out of this whole dynamic was acting a little much here? Certainly not the child, the perceived child. But some people I know people are gonna, disagree with me, and that's okay too, because I really am keeping an open mind with this whole thing surrounding Natalia Grace. But I just sense that it's not as black and white or right or wrong as we think. There's a lot here on the table, literally, parent. Who is parenting who? Dating. Maybe the marriage being affected, or maybe there was some sort of unhealthy fixation on a parent. We've got judge, law, legal system, and that just speaks to, maybe we haven't heard necessarily the last of it. I don't know if what Natalia is planning to do, in terms of trying to convert her age back to what she thinks it is. There's just some legal elements here. This also simply could just speak to the legal system being on the Barnett side ultimately in this whole thing, right? Beach, wanting peace, needing peace out of the situation, the Barnetts, and I think to that end they achieved it. Anything else, Spirit? Vindication. Somebody being vindicated soon. Someone vindication. Someone, and this could speak to the parents being vindicated from actually having to serve any time or be even convicted or found any way, shape, or form liable for leaving Natalia Grace in the United States when they moved to Canada. So at the end of the day, there's nothing that's going to come against them in terms of that whole situation with her. So that they do have a vindication here. They do. But there could also be some vindication coming for Natalia Grace. Is there anything else you wish to share before we wrap up? I just honestly sense that she was here. These two dice jumped. I got 2 and 3. And I was just throwing the dice, seeing what may come up as it relates to Natalia Grace. This could represent her age, her actual age, 2, 3. So that would make her birth year more like 2000. Or it could represent something entirely different. You just add them up. I play around with the little dice numbers to see how they show up in a reading. So there's that. February is of significance to this whole situation. It could be maybe when the adoption went through, or it could be something of importance happening in February, or something of importance that happened in this month, okay? February. And look, we have the 2 that jumped pre-reading. Up in the air, undecided. So remember I was saying, well, I wonder what is the next move for Natalia. I suppose the ID Channel's 3-part series is going to explore what is next for Natalia Grace. So you all let me know in the comment section if you end up watching this documentary on ID that's premiering, I think this in a couple of days. Let me know if they talk about her plans, because right now everything's kind of up in the air and undecided, and the ball is now in her court, not really the Barnetts. They have set out to do what they have accomplished. They adopted a child from overseas. Things didn't go well. They moved out of the country to escape the situation with their adopted child. They divorce. They escape prosecution for abandoning said adopted child. So they're done in terms of anything else related to her. But I don't know if she's done with them. Okay. This is from my This Time Oracle deck that I made. And lost track of time. I thought this is Spirit being kind of like cheeky here. Like, somebody lost track of time. That's really what it is. It's like they're, the Barnetts were really like kind of, I don't know, villainizing Natalia Grace, when really, in fact, somebody just didn't keep appropriate records for this child. And here we are today. It's just a sequence of events, a domino effect, that just kind of tumbled on, and that's where we ended up. So that's what we have, my friends, for this case, Natalia Grace. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Have you heard about this? What do you think? Like, what do you think? Who do you think is maybe holding more, I don't know, fault in this? Or what do you think? Because I really would love to hear from you. Do me a favor, on your way out, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I welcome all my new subscribers who have found their way. And I thank all of my existing subscribers for hanging in there with me. Much love to all of you. Take care. Bye for now.